Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an updated bookshelf tour for this year. One of the first videos I made was a bookshelf tour, which I will put up here. Please try not to laugh, it's really old and it's not very good, but I'll put it up here. I've also got a bookshelf tour for this bookshelf behind me, which I got for my birthday last year, which I will also put up here and I will link in the description. But I felt like I haven't done like an overview of my bookshelves for quite a while, and I've got a lot of new subscribers, which is fantastic. But yeah, I felt like it was something that probably needed updating. So here we are. Now, I have got 4 separate bookshelves because I'm a very lucky lady. I only keep books that are either going to be lent out to other people, or that I've given 4 or 5 stars and that I'm planning on rereading, or that are part of like the Margaret Atwood collection, all that kind of thing. So I don't keep all the books I read, which is a good thing because I read a lot of books. But I do have them separated out in my house depending on what they're for. So up in our spare room I have a set of floating shelves, which are books that I'm keeping for Charlie for when he's older, which I think he might be interested in. Probably when we get to it he'll be like, no thank you, but I'm keeping them just in case for him. Then in our bedroom I have a set of 3 short shelves which have got my TBR on, and as I've said before in videos, I'm not someone with a huge physical unread TBR. I think it's amazing if you do. I personally find it really stressful. As you'll see in the clip in a minute, the bottom shelf of those 3 is for my books, my TBR that I haven't read yet, and that shelf got full just after Christmas because I was very lucky and got given a lot of books for Christmas, and actually I found it really stressful to have all those books. I felt like they were watching me and waiting to be read. So yeah, I'm not someone who has loads of books. I tend to buy or acquire books as I want to read them, but I do have a TBR shelf upstairs. Then down in the lounge I've got a shelf up here which you can't see, which has got my rainbow on it, and then obviously this bookshelf behind me which has got all of my like basically favourite books or 4 or 5 star reads. So I will show you around, show you my bookshelves, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're starting up in the spare room, which, let's be honest, doesn't usually look this tidy, but today is a particularly good day. So as I mentioned in the intro clip of the video, this is where I've got 3 floating shelves of books that I'm mostly keeping for Charlie for when he's older. So let's take a closer look. Oh, also down here, as I finish a book during the month, nearly dropped the camera. I make a stack here and gradually that stack gets bigger. I also write down what I've read in my little V notebook, so at this point in the month of March I've only finished 1 book, but gradually over the month that pile will grow. So up here I've got the bind up of the Chronicles of Narnia, and we've got 2 Scott W. Pleasant books, both signed by Derek Landy. I feel like it's a series that Charlie will definitely get into as he gets older, so I've kept hold of them for him. And also the Chronicles of Narnia, he's read the first couple, but the rest are there for when he's ready. On this stack we've got some older Atwoods, and The Turn of the Screw, which I loved but I want to get a better copy of. I've also got the Candlish book, the Blazing World and Other Writings, which my brother gave me for Christmas. My one and only cloth bound classic, which is Jane Eyre, and then the bind up of His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. I want to collect the individual books. I've got one downstairs, Northern Lights, which the lovely Mary from Mary Among Stories gifted me for Christmas, but I do have a bind up which Charlie can read when he's a bit older. We've also got Wonder, which I loved, and then Toby Alone and Toby and the Secrets of the Tree, which I might do a video on at some point. They're really underrated books, and I feel like Charlie, I'm probably going to have to offer them to Charlie soon because he might already be slightly too old, but they're just fantastic middle grade books. And then down here we've got this blue stack of books. We've got The Land of Yesterday, which I really enjoyed earlier in the year, Feral Child, which is written by my friend Shay Golden, A Boy Called Hope by Lara Williamson, Doing It by Hannah Witten, and then 2 books by Jill Lewis, also my friend. I was on the master's degree with her and Shay, and they're just books that I think will appeal to Charlie. Some soon, and some like Doing It by Hannah Witten as he gets a bit older. So yeah, that is my first set of bookshelves. So these are the bedroom bookshelves that I've got, and if you follow me on Bookstagram you probably see these all the time because I quite often post shelfies once I've cleaned and tidied my books, because I just adore these shelves. They were a gift from Gary last year, and I was kind of reluctant to put shelves up in our bedroom, and I don't know why, because they just look absolutely beautiful. I love the wood and then the metal on the brackets. So at the top here. Just got a picture of me, my mum, my brother when I was younger even, and a little plant, like a little fake Christmas tree plant, but I realise it's a Christmas decoration, but I just kind of like it there, so I've left it. Then got my first ever pair of point shoes that I had when I was younger. The box in the middle that you can see here with mine and Gary's face on, that's the box that he used to propose, and I did film a video telling that story, so I will link that up in the cards and in the description if you want to go and watch that. And then these books on the middle shelf, these are the books I'm currently reading in March, so that's my actual March TBR. And what I do is I put books that I knew and unread go onto the bottom shelf, and then I move them up each month and move the books that I'm actually going to read that month onto the middle shelf. So the books here, that is my entire unread physical TBR, along with some pictures and little knickknacks and bits and pieces. So yeah, I really love this space in our house, and like I said, I don't do big unread TBRs, but this shelf actually did get full after Christmas and it's been kind of stressful, so this feels like a more manageable level for me right now. And this is our lounge setup, so that is where I usually sit in front of the bookcase to do my videos, but I thought I'd just show you the whole wall so you get a bit of context. And then I will show you the two bookcases. So this is my rainbow bookshelf up here, and then this is the bookshelf that you can usually see behind me when I'm filming. Okay, so this is my rainbow bookshelf. As you can see, because I read a lot of thrillers, there's a lot more on the dark end than the light, but I really like this setup. I'm forever fiddling around with the books, moving them because the shades don't look quite right, so I'm sorry if anything is bugging you here, but I try and do my best. So these are all books that I have read and that I plan to reread and that I gave either 4 or 5 stars. And yes, just got some real favourites here. We've also got this All You Need Is Love and a Cat, which is one of the first gifts Gary ever gave me, along with a trophy that he won for an axe throwing competition last year at work, which was kind of random, but okay. Yes, just so many of my favourite books up here. And then underneath we've got these light up, and usually they have photographs on them, but I've just walked into the coffee table. But for the purposes of this video I obviously took those down because they've got Charlie in them. But yeah, this is the rainbow bookshelf. This section under the TV is mostly Gary's coffee table books. So as you can see, there's a lot about motorbikes and photography and housing and stuff. We've got a couple of mine mixed in that didn't quite fit on my bookshelf, but in the main these are his coffee table books, because they just don't fit anywhere else. And then finally we have my bookshelf baby. Again, if you follow me on Bookstagram, you've seen this loads. I also did a whole video on this bookshelf, which I will link up in the cards and in the description. But this is where I keep basically my favourite books. We've got my collections here all together. So we've got some V&A classics, children's classics here. This brilliant print that my friend Steph sent me for Christmas the year before last, or maybe my birthday last year maybe. Then we've got the CJ Sampson books, which I'm very slowly stacking up as I read them. Then on this shelf we've got a mixture. We've got the complete Jane Austen collection there. We've got the love blocks that Gary bought me a few Christmases ago as a present. Another fantastic gift from Steph that she made me, which is I Shall Be Miserable If I Have Not an Excellent Library. 100 literary bookworm points if you can tell me in the comments which book that's from. Clue is right there. But yeah, she made that for me, although unfortunately I cracked the glass when I moved, but I still love the picture. And then here is my Atwood collection. As you guys know, I am reading them all in order. Then we move down to thrillers. Yeah, some of my favourite thrillers that I've read and decided to keep, and a little cat ornament. On here we've got hardback books that I've piled up along with the Scythe series, and again a little cat candle and a Hogwarts candle, and also you probably spotted it there, my cat Cassidy. We lost her a couple of years ago and had her cremated, and I like having her where I can see her in the lounge. And then down here is the Harry Potter shelf. As you can see, I have quite the collection, and then also my copy of The Illumination of Ursula Flight, just because it looked nice on that shelf and I just put things together in a way that I think looked good. And then on the final shelf we've got a few more classics in different edition to the V&As, the little book of Proverbs that I was given from when my grandpa passed away, and then some more hardbacks. And that's the whole shelf. So those are my bookshelves and my current setup. I will be forever playing with this, I think, and fiddling about with it. I quite often post shelfies on Bookstagram, so I'll put my links always in the description, so if you want to go and have a look at those, I will put them below. I hope this has been interesting. I've had a few questions recently about my bookshelves and how I manage my TBR, so I just thought I would update this video. Yeah, I hope it's been interesting, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!